So guys, I want you to take a look at this headline, and it says Nigerians constitute 90% of Christians by worldwide annually. US Congress clears Trump to impose crippling sanctions on Tinubu's government. Honestly, many Christians have gone. Many Christians have gone in Nigeria. Now there are questions as to why were there the buying of many Christians during El-Rufai's regime as the governor of Kaduna State. Anyway, guys, let's get into the gist. So, guys, we all know that there are possibilities that Peter Obi might be working with El-Rufai in 2027 presidential election. But I tell you, there are some worrisome headlines, that have been flying over the social media. Like yesterday or so, El-Rufai's son tweeted a tweet that, that sent shocking wave, to many Nigerians. Now, this is what he tweeted. Like this headline said, Southern Kaduna people will keep getting pied if they attack Fulani herdsmen, El-Rufai's son says in a deleted tweet. But Nigerians are very smart. So before he even deleted that tweet, Nigerians have already saved it. Some of them have already screenshotted it. And this is actually the tweet that he tweeted. It's really so shameful that people can still come out in this 21st century to make this kind of statement openly. And he said, it is your... I don't even know how to use these languages that he used here. It is your mother that is an elephant, and Southern Kaduna residents will keep seeing shege if they continue to attack indigenous Fulani herdsmen. Oloshi. You can imagine. You can just, you see the kind of languages that he used here. We know that El-Rufai is somebody who is an extremist, and during El-Rufai's reign or his rule as the governor of Kaduna State, the Christians really suffered. There was a lot of buying of people, and now Mr. Chidi Odinkalu is questioning why were there more buying of Southern Kadunas under the leadership of El-Rufai than the current governor, Obasani. We know during El-Rufai, Buhari was in power. Every time there was attack, El-Rufai will never visit. He will never visit Southern Kaduna. If you can remember, there was a woman leader from Labour Party then that was spied. In short, these Fulanis, they went all out on the Christians in Southern Kaduna, and they were crying for help. Nobody was there. But do you know that after this current governor took over, since then, you hardly hear of any attack. So people are trying to, correlate what happened then and what is happening now. And I'm going to allow you to take a look at how Mr. Odinkalu presented it. He's still asking this question. What has changed? How come people were buying under El-Rufai than the way they are being buying today? In short, we don't even know if there's any buying happening in Southern Kaduna at the moment. You rarely hear that there was an attack or any of those. But under El-Rufai, it was something else, So sometimes these are some of the things that discourages people when they hear that he wants to work with Peter Obi in SDP. You begin to wonder, this person's ideology does it even align with Peter Obi's ideology? Anyway, I'm going to allow you to take a look at the video where Odinkalu questions El-Rufai. Why many Kaduna residents, why were they pied? Many more people were pied under El-Rufai, Christians, than the current governor. Take a look.
Now, all of the massacres, now it's very interesting. Do you see, because I have been counting, it became quite evident that between the regime, the administration of El-Rufai and Obasani, something was wrong. There were no longer mass killings in Kaduna. So I started counting. And the gradient the diminution in terms of mass killings in Kaduna, in southern Kaduna in particular, is extraordinary. How is that so? It's not because our soldiers have kind of improved or we have more numbers or anything. how does a governor inflame a society so much that all you can do is count the killed and the missing and the decapitated?
Wow.
That is the question. And all of this thing, and so he wakes up today and he's comparing himself with Obieze Kwesele. And the last time I was with you, I told you how he plotted to have me in jail.
Yeah.
And I have so many other people. My lawyer had to go to court, Doria Balasin, had to go to court to get an expedited order to preserve her freedom while she was working on my case. Because El Rufai wanted the backsides of both myself and my lawyer. And my lawyer was representing Audu Mekori, whom El Rufai abducted from Lagos, took to Kaduna, and Audu nearly died. Audu got exiled as a result of that. Stephen Kefas, he abducted from Port Harcourt. And Stephen was kept in detention in Kaduna for over 6 months. Stephen nearly died.
Rufai did all of this.
I am naming names because I worked on all of these cases, quite apart from my own, which is still in court. Audu's case, he has taken to the Supreme Court. He lost at the High Court. He lost at the Court of Appeal, El Rufai, and is now at the Supreme Court. Now, I could go on, actually. My pinned tweet on my X handle is of just a sampling of El Rufai's atrocities.
Interesting.
And I could discuss him until the day after eternity. And to see him, and I'll tell you one thing. The day El Rufai announces this his thing to try and become president, I will declare my full support for Tinubu to run in 2031.
Thank you.
Now, all of the massacres, now it's very interesting.
So guys, you have seen it. That was the question from Mr. Odinkalu, and actually there's a lot of meaning, a lot of sense in what he's asking. There's a lot attached to it. Just you critically analyze what Mr. Odinkalu is saying here. You know that there is something to really dig deep into. So we saw the Fulanis coming after the southern Kaduna as people were running away, leaving their houses. Many of them have migrated to different parts of Nigeria because they can't withstand it. And majority of these people are Christians. Their land, Fulanis that came from other parts of the world, are now taking over their land. You see, when people begin to say, you know, Nnamdi Kanu used to say, why are there only Fulani governors, Fulani emirs, Fulani leaders? The Hausas, are they going into extinction? People don't know anymore. The Hausas, who are the indigenous owners of the north, they appear to be going into extinction. And you've seen what has happened in Nigeria. Tinubu has come in, he's quiet. How the Fulanis came into Nigeria, went into communities, sacked communities. They've taken over those places. They are living there. People are now in IDP camps. And possibly many people have died in that IDP camps. They can't go back. So Fulanis have directly or indirectly. Do you know how many IDP camps we have in this country? We even have in places like Edo State. There was a time they wanted to move them to Imo State. All these IPOB boys, they refused. They refused that if they dare bring them to Imo State, that they are going to see. So across the nation, everywhere you have IDP camp people. And the Tinubu's government is not doing anything. No promise of the government, nothing. Sometimes you just keep wondering if these leaders, once they get into office, if they will be hypnotized, they will just lose their senses, they will be manipulated, they will, in short, you won't even know how to describe the way these people will start leading the country. How come Tinubu is not talking? There's a lot of buying going on in the country. These Fulani headsmen are buying many people. Tinubu is not saying anything because he's interested in second term. The IDP people who were there in IDP camps, Tinubu is not saying anything on how to sack these Fulanis and replace the rightful owners back to their communities. No politician is coming and making promises as regards to that. So now, Peter Obi wants to work with Bala Mohammed. He's a Fulani man. Peter Obi wants to work with El-Rufai. El-Rufai is a Fulani man. And you can see the kind of tweets that these are extremists. It will be difficult for Peter Obi to even do what he wants to do, working with this kind of people. And then tomorrow now, people will be criticizing him that the essence of, you know, him being voted for is not being achieved. So I'm just thinking that I don't think these people are the right people for Peter Obi to work with. But you know, politics in Nigeria forces one to do what the person does not want to do. You can imagine Peter Obi aligning himself with people like this. Anyway, let me know what you think in the comment section below. Please don't forget to subscribe to the channel, turn on the notification bell. Please give this video a like so that YouTube can recommend it to others, and drop your thoughts in the comment section below. Thank you.